Okay, so you know how the world of finance, it can just feel really overwhelming, right? Like just so much jargon, countless options for investing, saving, protecting your assets. It's a lot. How do you even begin to cut through all that noise to find what actually matters for your financial well-being?
That's exactly what we're diving into today. That's the mission, really.
Yeah.
We're going to take a good look at the services offered by a financial consultancy. We're using services Golden Sparrow Consultancy as our guide here. And the idea is to, break down these diverse services into clear, actionable stuff so you get a really sharp picture of the kind of financial support that's actually available.
Exactly. And yeah, it might seem like a long list at first glance, but we're here to make it, well, digestible. And honestly, pretty interesting too, or not just going down a checklist. We're exploring the why behind it all, the strategic value.
Precisely. And as we look at each service, we'll try and connect it back to the bigger picture. Your financial goals. We want to highlight the so what behind each one, not just what they offer, but why it actually matters for you.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When someone first walks in the door, metaphorically speaking, at a place like Golden Sparrow, what's usually the very first step, the starting point?
Well, a really crucial starting point they offer is something called a financial health checkup.
Mm,
Think of it like a comprehensive diagnostic for your finances. It's not just about tallying up what you have. It's deeper understanding where you stand right now, spotting any potential gaps,
hmm
and importantly, setting a clear baseline so any advice that comes next is truly tailored and make sure everything fits your specific situation.
That makes a ton of sense. Get the lay of the land first. And I see right alongside that, they mention an open lifetime free demat account and dematerialization of shares and bonds. Now, demat accounts, most people have heard of them, but maybe tell us a bit more. What exactly is it, and why is this whole digitization thing so key today?
All right, so a Demat account is basically your digital wallet, but for holding security stocks, bonds, mutual funds, that sort of thing, electronically. And dematerialization. That's just the process of converting your old physical share certificates into that electronic format. The convenience is obvious, sure, but the deeper impact, it really revolutionized the market. Getting rid of physical paper got rid of so many logistical headaches, security risks, thing lost or forged certificates. It actually made trading faster, cheaper, and opened up the stock market to way more people.
Mhm.
It's fundamental infrastructure now.
Wow, okay. So much more than just not having people cluttering up the place. It actually changed the game. All right, so you've got your checkup, your digital account set up. What about safety, security, stability? How
Yeah.
do they help you build that foundation, that sort of financial fortress?
Yeah, that's absolutely the next layer. And they cover this with a range of insurance options. You've got general insurance, which is broad coverage for your assets, your car, your house, protection against liabilities. Then there's health insurance, super important. Tailored plans to cover medical costs so a health issue doesn't become a financial disaster. And of course, life insurance. This is about protecting your family's future financially if you're no longer around to provide. It's about managing risk holistically.
Okay, building those layers of protection. Makes sense. Now, once that foundation feels solid, that's usually when people start thinking, okay, how do I actually grow this?
Right.
Moving from just protecting to actively building towards, those big life goals.
Exactly. And that's where a service like goal planning becomes central. It's not just generic investment advice. It's about creating customized financial plans. Plans designed specifically to hit your life goals. Maybe it's buying a house, maybe funding your kid's education, or, a comfortable retirement down the road. These plans act like a roadmap, and importantly, they can adapt as your life changes too.
That sounds really powerful, making it personal, not just about numbers, and talking about disciplined ways to grow. I see systematic investment plan, SIP. We hear about compounding, but what's the maybe less obvious advantage of an SIP?
Well, compounding is huge, definitely. But SIPs also tackle a major behavioral hurdle, trying to time the market, which is, let's be honest, incredibly difficult, if not impossible. By investing a fixed amount regularly, automatically, you end up buying more units when prices are low and fewer when they're high. It's called rupee cost averaging. Over the long run, this can really smooth out your purchase price and potentially boost returns compared to lump sum investing or trying to guess the market's peaks and valleys. It takes the emotion out of it.
Ah, the discipline factor takes the guesswork out. I like that. Okay, shifting gears slightly. What about getting directly into the market or options for more stable income?
Sure, for direct market participation, there's stockbroking. That facilitates buying and selling shares, usually comes with research and advice too, to help navigate things. Then you have initial public offerings, IPOs. That's your chance to invest in companies right when they first go public, again, usually with guidance. And for stability, corporate fixed deposits, or FDs. These offer fixed, predictable returns over a set period, generally seen as lower risk than equities. Good for balancing a portfolio.
Okay, so options for different risk appetites there. What if someone's looking for something more specialized or maybe wants professional management?
Yeah, absolutely. For that, they offer things like PMS Portfolio Management Service. This is where you hand over the reins to professionals who manage a portfolio tailored specifically for you, your goals, your risk tolerance, very personalized. Then you get into AIF, Alternative Investment Funds. This is about accessing opportunities beyond the usual stocks and bonds. Think private equity, hedge funds, real estate. These can offer different return profiles, maybe less correlation to the main market, but often come with, higher risk or less liquidity. And for the really high net worth clients or institutions, there's SIF, Specialized Investment Funds. These are typically high growth focused, managed by experts, often investing in quite unique or niche areas.
That's quite the range, from basic access to really sophisticated stuff. I also spotted something called LAMF loan against mutual funds. That sounds useful. Why offer that? What's the benefit?
LAMF. Yeah, that's a clever one. The big benefit is liquidity without selling. It lets you borrow money using your existing mutual fund investments as collateral. So you get access to funds you might need for, say, an emergency or a short-term opportunity without having to sell your mutual fund units. This means your investments stay put, hopefully continuing to grow long-term. You unlock cash without disrupting your wealth-building plan.
Okay, that's smart. Access cash, keep your investments working. Now, all these options, SAPs, stocks, PMS, AIFs, they all sound like they need good information behind them, right? How do they support making those informed decisions?
Absolutely critical, and that's where research analysis comes in. It's the foundation, really,
Right.
providing solid, in-depth market research, analysis of trends, risk assessments, giving you the insights needed. It's all about empowering you, the client, with the data and perspective to make choices you feel confident about.
Right, makes sense. Knowledge is power, especially here. So let's pull back a bit. We've talked about services, investments. What about the day-to-day, the ongoing support, the resources they provide?
Good question. It's not just about transactions. It's about ongoing engagement and learning. They mention a knowledge hub. This sounds like a central place for resources. It includes things like a calculator, probably for financial planning resources, maybe articles or guides, a blog for insights, and something called Golden Guyan. Sounds like maybe short, practical financial tips or wisdom. The whole idea seems to be providing tools for continuous learning, letting you understand things better at your own pace.
A knowledge hub, I like that. And staying connected. How do clients actually interact, check their accounts, get updates in, our always-on world?
Yeah, they seem very focused on digital access. There's an Android app and an iOS app mentioned. That suggests easy mobile access to your portfolio, maybe trading capabilities, performance tracking, all that. Plus, they offer joining a WhatsApp channel. That's interesting for quick updates, market news perhaps. It shows they're using modern channels to keep clients informed.
Apps and WhatsApp, definitely keeping up with the times. And just briefly, what about the sort of operational side? Things like privacy, handling issues.
Important points for trust and transparency. They explicitly mention a privacy policy, which is standard but crucial how your data is used and protected. And significantly, there's an option to raise a concern. Having a clear channel for feedback or complaints is really important, shows accountability. They also note, like most websites, using cookies for analyzing traffic, optimizing the experience, and that user data is aggregated, meaning it's looked at collectively, not individually, to improve things. Standard web practice, but good they mention it.
Okay. Wow. So we've really covered a lot of ground here. Taking this deep dive, looking at a consultancy like Golden Sparrow, it's clear there's a whole ecosystem of services, from just getting started and protecting your basics all the way through to really complex investment strategies. It's quite a comprehensive approach.
It really is. And I think the key takeaway for you listening is that understanding this landscape isn't just about, picking a product. It's about empowering yourself. Knowing what tools are out there allows you to ask the right questions, to make informed strategic decisions for your financial future. In a world with so much information flying around, knowing what's available, what's possible, that's the vital first step.
Couldn't agree more. That knowledge is the starting point. So here's a thought to leave you with. We've just unpacked this wide spectrum of financial tools, from foundational to highly specialized. How might identifying and actually using just one or two of these, the ones truly tailored to your specific goals, how might that single step dramatically change your financial path over, say, the next few years? Something to think about as you consider your own journey towards financial well-being.